Hello, welcome back to Silverstone Shooting Centre. This time something different. We're going to talk about air rifles. Right, air rifles. You know what? Something I don't know an awful lot about, or I didn't know an awful lot about. When we first built Silverstone Shooting Centre, we didn't consider air rifles. We considered people with air rifles shooting in the back garden that don't need a range. Also, the barriers to entry of building a full bore shooting range is somewhat harder. But so many people contacted us about wanting to shoot air rifles here. We thought, what the hell? Let's build something decent. So we did. So I'm now here at our 50-metre air rifle range. As you can see, we have a fair few targets here, just over 400 to be exact. And as we always like to do things properly here in Silverstone Shooting Centre, we wanted to come up with a good opportunity of showing people air rifles how good they can be. So what we're going to do today is going to go through one of the air rifles today for one of the suppliers that we work with now quite closely, and hopefully give you an idea just how good air rifles can be. Alright? Since we opened, we've come to realise that the world of air rifles have changed quite a lot since I was younger. I had an air rifle when I was younger, a lot of people do, but for me it was a break barrel old wooden thing, and frankly didn't really do an awful lot for me in terms of fun, in terms of shooting. Also didn't help that the first time I had one, I managed to put a round through my parents' plate glass window, and I was subsequently banned at that point almost from having any kind of a firearm or slingshot. So I sort of dropped out of the air rifle game early on. But I've come back into it now, really by being persuaded to do so, by the way that technology has moved further on. We have built what we think is a very sophisticated range here at Silverstone Shooting Centre, and we didn't think of having an air rifle range as very much point for people because they shoot in the back gardens. But we've got contacted by quite a lot of people, all keen to shoot their own air rifles, and so we built an air rifle range. Now, following on from that, we looked at the market, looked at what was out there, and we spent our usual time selecting what we think were the right things to have here that suited what we do in terms of our technology here at Silverstone Shooting Centre. So it meant that we ended up making up a partnership with a company called Bsa. Now, Bsa, who are in the air rifle world, are one of the biggest global manufacturer air rifles, and certainly also being based in Birmingham, not too far away. Nice little company for us. So, as a result of our operating here, we have built a 450 target air rifle range. It still benefits from our normal target system with cameras, so you can still see your targets and still see where your air rifle or your shots are going, up to 50 metres. You can also shoot 100 metres here as well. But really it's plinking away at some of the metal targets, which is 350 of them, together on our normal shooting bays. Now, the thing about air rifle that a lot of our full bore patches don't really get is just how accurate they now are. If you think about it, the world of rifles hasn't really moved on that much. You've got bolts that go in the back of a bullet and that sets off the primer, sets off the charge, and the bullet goes down the range. So the rifle itself is really the slave item to the actual round itself. Whereas air rifles are completely different. I mean, they shoot little tiny pellets, tiny little things. Now, they've changed a little bit over the years, weights, sizes, etc. But really, the actual technology is in the rifle itself. And that's what we've come to learn here by working specifically with Bsa. It's the level of technology has gone into these things is well in advance of what's happened in terms of the firearms world. So with that in mind, bearing we like technology here, we've done a deal with Bsa where you can come here and shoot every one of their rifles. Just to come and try. Haven't got to buy them. We do sell them, but the idea being is you can go to your local shop and buy your rifle, but these things can be up to £1,000, £1,200 a go. So you want to have a go at them before you actually get to try them. So we're doing a series of films now about the different rifles available in the Bsa range, and I'm being very selfish here and I'm starting with my favourite. Now my favourite is the Bsa Defiant. This is it. Wonderful. It's a bullpup design, which means it's shorter in terms of stock, and in terms of comes with a built-in suppressor, a moderator, and this is what's called a PCP, a pneumatic charge rifle, which basically means all you do to charge the rifle up is you put an airline in this hole here from a gas tank, diver's tank normally, charge it up, and you've got 150 to 200 shots. Now, the reason why I like this one personally, not because it's the bullpup, is because there's wonderful action. You can try and get in the camera here. That's the cocking action. It's as smooth as silk, and it's very quick. So obviously, I shoot left-handed, so for me it's perfect. But even right-handed people, it's nice and good. All come fitted with decent scopes, 1 to 25, 2 to 25, and perfect for shooting the sort of distances you shoot here. Now, when I was shooting air rifles, I remember breaking the barrel, putting the pellet in the top, and then having to redo again. So it's all single shot stuff. No more. Now they come little magazines. Now this is a 10-shot magazine, and all you do is you load up the pellet. This is a .177, but you can get them in 2.2 as well, but we recommend 7.7 for target shooting. Load it into the magazine, and literally you then put it into the back of the rifle here, slide it in, first of all cocking it, once that's in, you can charge the handle forward and you're good to go. What I'm going to do now is try a few here. Of course, you're wearing my glasses. Don't need ears, obviously, because obviously there's no noise in their rifle, which is lovely. But get my ears on, my eyes on, I can see. And you'll see, we'll show some video later on, just how accurate they are. So I'm shooting at targets that are 35 metres away. You can hear from the hopefully sound of the video. They're enormously accurate, which means that they're also great fun. As you can see, the action is so smooth, so easy to shoot. It's almost hard to miss. Wonderful, good fun, and great fun in terms of relaxing in terms of shooting. To reload, all you do is take the magazine out, and I'm empty, good job, put that down, reload and go back again. The Defiant, obviously, as you can imagine, it being my favourite, is one of the top of the range rifles that Bsa do. There's a whole range we're going to go through now, all the way down to junior rifles, and also some break barrels that still do. But in terms of what we're trying to do is going through this series, go through some of the technology these things are used, and going through some of the ideas what you can play in terms of air rifles, and some of the targets that we shoot here as well. So thanks for watching this one. We're going to do some more coming out now. There's about 8 or 9 rifles in the Bsa range we're going to cover, and during the course of the program we're going to start doing different shooting techniques, different targets, and also different kinds of air rifle shooting, because they are subtly different. Okay, thanks for watching. Talk to you soon. Cheers.